Welcome back. Time for more Tales from the Swamp. Today, we're going to be reading another book from the Elder Scrolls Online called Legends of the Forest by the Sisters Glumm. The haunted woods of the forests of Icewind Peaks have long been home to strange stories and stranger creatures. We've collected these stories into this volume, writing down what was previously passed on by word of mouth and around Nord campfires in the dead of night. The voices in the woods. Brago the Small wasn't a large Nord. He wasn't a fast Nord. He wasn't even a strong Nord. But Brago made up for his shortcomings by being something that many Nords aren't. Brago was smart. He took the time to consider everything he ever did, refusing to give in to the passions that drive most others of his kin, and that eventually saved his life. That's right, Penny. Penny's joining me today. One day, Brago the Small happened to get separated from his companions. He found himself lost and alone in the haunted wood. As he wandered along, becoming increasingly scared and hungry, Brago stumbled into a clearing among the trees. He decided to rest for a bit, stretching out upon a relatively flat, smooth stone, bathed in the afternoon sun. It didn't take long for Brago to fall fast asleep. He awoke later, opening his eyes to find that night had fallen across the forest. Something had pulled him from his sleep, a sound. It was like the whispering of young women, and giggling. He was certain that someone or something had giggled, but he seemed to be alone in the clearing, illuminated by the pale glow of the quarter moon above. Brago was straining to see into the darkness beyond the clearing, when the whispers resumed. "Oh, look at his adorable roots," said a voice in the woods. "And his golden leaves," said another. "He's mine, sister. I saw him first. You got the last one. This one is for me." Brago nearly fainted when the two ghostly forms materialized at the edge of the clearing, near the large gore-apple tree. A pair of forest spirits were arguing over him. He didn't know whether to be frightened or flattered, although he did know that mortals and spirits shouldn't mix. He didn't think he could get very far by running through the forest in the dark. He was certain he couldn't fight the spirits. So Brago had only one option. "Hello," Brago called out to the spirits. "Would you like to play a game?" At first the spirits appeared shy and even a little frightened of Brago. They weren't used to mortals talking to them directly, but they slowly began to engage with the Nord, sometimes visible and sometimes as disembodied voices in the darkness. Brago described a wonderful game that used cards and dice and clay chips. It was like no game that either of the spirits have ever heard of, or any Nord for that matter. Brago was making things up as he spoke. Soon the forest spirits were huddled close to Brago, listening intently to every word the small Nord said. Finally they shouted in unison, "We want to play!" "Alas," Brago said with great disappointment, "I don't have any cards or dice or clay chips. I left them in my wagon, back with my traveling companions, and I don't know where the wagon is." "No problem," said the first spirit. "We can show you where the wagon is gone." And that's just what the spirits did. Of course, they weren't happy when Brago reunited with his companions who drove off the spirits. As the wagon rolled out of the haunted wood, Brago pulled out a journal and started writing. "What are you doing?" asked one of his traveling companions. "I had the best idea for a game this evening. I want to write it down while the memory is fresh." Ah, so good. I was adventuring in Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online the other day, and I came across this book, and I thought, oh my gosh, this would be perfect. It was a fun one. It seems like it'll be a spooky story because it takes place in the haunted wood, but I think it's a fun story. Brago was very smart. Alright, thank you so much for joining me. Have a very comfy night. Bye!